Hey, Bellas. All right, not sure who's in here. I'm a bit early. I just wanted to make sure there was no technical issues. The past couple of weeks have been a little bit tricky with YouTube, So I am actually going live on Facebook as well. So for those of you who are logged in, thank you for being here with me, for sharing this space with me. I have just been so pumped in the last little while. Like I can't even tell you. Like I'm not sure who's in here right now. Say hello. Tell me where you're tuned in from. I see there's a few of you logging in now. Yeah, tell me where you're tuning in from. I know I said to bring your favorite beverage, martini, tea, coffee. I'm going for water. Yeah, I'm drinking some water. I am doing this challenge, 30-day challenge, I'm sure some of you know. And not really supposed to be having any alcohol beverages, although I have had a couple since the challenge started. But, yes, I'm not supposed to. So the goal here is to see what you can achieve in 30 days. So I got to be careful with my sugar and all that other stuff. Hey, everyone. All right. I'm guessing that's Lawrence. Is that Lawrence? Is that you? Susan, hi, Bella. Yeah, I decided to kind of like do a check few moments before we went live just to make sure everything was okay. The last couple of weeks, there's been a little bit of a holdback. So didn't want that to happen again this week. So yes, it's an exciting time for me. I've had like a few different things launch in the last few days. Tomorrow, the membership, the Sweet Spot launches. I'm really excited about that. I just relaunched my brand new website. That's been exciting. I've got a few things on the go. I'm just feeling really good. I'm doing this challenge, homeschooling these kids. Kids as in Captain and his 3 friends who are triplets. So they're all from the same home. So they've been in self-quarantined as well. But yeah, it's just been a great time. The last few weeks have just been amazing. And I think, we really, really needed this lockdown. I know personally for me, and I think if your goal is to connect with yourself or reconnect and really discover, a life you want to live, just vision what it is you really desire, what you want to create for yourself, you would have loved this lockdown as well. I know everyone's kind of getting out of the lockdown phase right now, but I just think it was so purpose-filled. And I'm super grateful to God for it. Yes, Christopher, I thought it was you. Okay. Yes. Awesome. Okay. So I'm sure you guys know what we'll be talking about today. Keep continuing to enter into your greatness. Thank you, Christopher. I appreciate you. I really do. I appreciate you, especially during this lockdown. Great conversations, purpose-driven conversations and connections, and I'm so grateful for it. So thank you. Hi, Paula, saying hi to everyone over on Facebook. I'm looking this way because I'm looking into my YouTube screen, okay? So I'm not ignoring you over there on Facebook. So I want to welcome you guys. I know there's a couple of fellas here as well. I normally say welcome fellas and bellas, or bellas and fellas, but I normally say welcome bellas, but there's some fellas here as well. So I'm welcoming both of you, all of you. I will be here for Women Rock Wednesdays, which also launches today, every week at the same time. So you can look out for me every week for Women Rock Wednesdays. It's a hashtag. If you want to share it, go ahead. And we'll be just, talking, discussing all things women, really, all things women, whether it's relationships, health and wellness, finances, love, entrepreneurship, parenting, all things woman. And yes, the fellas can log in too, because, maybe you'll learn a thing or two about us. You know what I mean? So today, to kick off this show, I'm going to be talking about personal branding. And for those of you who don't know me, my name is Elizabeth Correia. I live in Toronto, Canada. I help women, new and aspiring entrepreneurs in particular, live meaningful lives by discovering their purpose and transforming into it permanently. I am also the creator of the brand new Sweet Spot membership club, which I will be inviting you guys to be a part of. So stay tuned for that. The Sweet Spot is an online club for new and aspiring female entrepreneurs wanting to up level in their life and business. So today is our very first Women Rock Wednesdays. I'll be going live, like I said, every Wednesday around 8:30 or 9, depending, if I do have a speaking gig, which is, not happening right now. But yes, 8:30, 9 o'clock, I will be going live on Wednesday every week. And like I said, for today's session, with the relaunch of my new website and my membership club, the launch of my membership club, which officially goes live tomorrow evening, I figured we'd talk about personal branding. Now, I'm not going to go too deep into this. I want to share like 3 basic keys of building a personal brand. And the reason why I'm not going to dive in too deep is because I will be interviewing my web designer, my graphic designer, my branding chick next week, Wednesday, right here. And she's going to go right in. She's going to share keys and really how to build a strong foundation when it comes to building your brand, your personal brand. So I don't want to say too much. Hi, Liberty. Hey, beautiful. All right. And hi, Susie, Michelle, for those of you who are logging into Facebook, thanks for being here. Now, if you're thinking for a moment, okay, because I got a few messages about this today. Well, I don't have a business. Do I need to have a business if I want to build a brand or start a brand? If you have thought that, or if you're asking or questioning, whether or not you have to have a business to build a personal brand, the answer is no. It's no. First of all, you're a human being, okay? Right? Most of us here, I think, are, right? You are alive, meaning you are existing in this world. You're existing at your workplace, in your community. You have friends. If you're single or you're married or you're dating, period, you have a brand, okay? Whether you have 5 followers or no social media at all. Maybe you're just a student in college, or I don't know, you're new on the dating scene, you're online dating, whatever it is. You have a personal brand because you are a person, okay? And other persons, is that a word? Christopher, is that a word? Right? Other people are watching you, period. They're watching you. Now, whether they're watching you for entertainment, like negative entertainment, or for positivity, inspiration, people are watching you. So yes, you got a vision and create a personal brand with purpose, on purpose. With purpose, on purpose, right? You have to be cautious of what you're putting out there and what you're building, what you are doing. And I want to say this before we move on. Your brand, no matter who you are, where you're from, your background, your story, your brand is unique. Why? Because there is only one you. It's that simple. There's only one you. Even if we have the same story, maybe we were both teen moms, maybe we both filed for bankruptcy, maybe we both lost a child, whatever the story is, it is unique to you. It is your story and it is unique. It's kind of like there's a million teachers, but no two teachers teach the same. So I want to share the basic personal branding basics tonight, 3 in particular, and they're going to be short. I will not be long. All right. These are the same strategies that I am now implementing in my relaunch and in my business, but in my personal life as well. Actually, these things started in my personal life way long before I even started a business or even thought of being an entrepreneur or building a brand. In my business, that's for me, in my business, I am the brand. Liberty, in your business, you are the brand, right? And I'm not sure who else is logged in here, but I am the brand in my business. So I am the voice. My business and my life are one because I am the brand. So it's not like I take off my business, my entrepreneurial hat when I'm going about life just doing everyday thing. No, it's the same person. I am the brand. Now, yeah, there are people who are not walking the walk and talking the talk, and they're saying one thing and they're not living it. Okay, and you know what? And they're leading while bleeding, and they need healing, and in due time they will be forced to seek healing, right? But if you are the brand, then your life and your business are one. Now, let me just throw this in there. If you like this video, make sure you comment, make sure you share. There might be someone you know who's currently building a brand and might need to hear this. So please share the love, all right? Now, one of the things I've realized is that branding is so much more than a logo. Now, for those of you who are new or curious or an aspiring entrepreneur, this is, diamonds, okay, what I'm about to share with you, because for so long, I thought it was all about my logo and my colors, and I focused on those things. And if I had been focused more on my story and being authentically me when I first started this, I think things would have been a bit different. Not that I have any regrets, but I'm going to teach you what I wish I had known at the time. Okay? It's so much more than a logo and colors. So much. The main key to building a brand, and like I said, you're building your brand every single day. It's about adding value to people's lives. Whether you sell toilet paper, hand sanitizer, hello, who would have ever thought that was a life essential just a couple of months ago, right? So whatever it is you're doing, whatever your movement is, your project, whatever you are up to in life, it is about adding value to people's lives and being consistent with that. So how do you do that? How do we do that? It's simple. By being you. By being you. Your authentic self. There is no other person out there with your story, your look, or your message. And with so much noise happening right now and everyone kind of doing the same thing or piggybacking on each other or copying each other, there's just so much going on. And I promise you, if you just be you, whether you are on a date, whether you are sitting in a boardroom, whether you are sitting on the couch with your children, whether you are on an airplane sitting beside a little old lady or a young man, you just be you. That's it. Your authentic self. It's not about having perfect aesthetics. I was in a live webinar the other day, a training, and there was a woman. She is a speaker. She's a speaker, and she's blind. She's blind. And let me tell you, I was so inspired and moved by this woman's message. I was like, it made me check myself, like, whoa, okay? It is not about having perfect aesthetics. People are not looking for perfection anymore. It's just not a cool thing anymore. Yeah, it used to be, but it's not. Social media has changed so much. I mean, there's a part of social media where everything looks a little too perfected. And we're not talking about that. We're talking about your not so perfect flaws. The only way to avoid this whole competition and feeling unworthy or not good enough is to be you. I promise you, the moment you step out of that trying to be like the girl next door or trying to be like that person, your idol, your hero that you look up to on Instagram or Facebook or maybe even in real life, it's not going to work. It cannot work because that is not the voice God gave you. That is not what He gave you. That's not what's inside of you. So you're fighting for something to come out of you that's not inside of you. The real you is what people want. That is what you need to build your brand on. Whether you have a business or not, whether you are an entrepreneur or not. This is your personal brand, your image, your message, your presence. What are people seeing when they see you? It's about embracing your perfect flaws, your unique attributes. And they may be things that you don't necessarily like about yourself, but guess what? They're real. They're real. So if you have bad skin, maybe you've got some acne issues, right? Start taking care of your skin from the inside out and share that journey with the world. Let them see your struggles and the work that you're putting into, have nicer, healthier, glowing skin. Share that with the world. Do not, I repeat, do not, my beautiful Bellas, stack on a bunch of makeup to hide scars or holes in your face or sunspots or wrinkles, or don't do it. Let the world see your flaws, and whoever doesn't enjoy seeing it, well, they can get off your page or they can move over. Share your flaws, what you consider imperfect, with the world. Just be you. Don't act like everything is okay if it's not. Share that with the world. I went through years of pain. There was no social media at the time. And even in the beginning stages of my journey, healing journey, which, by the way, I'm still on, I will forever be on that. If I'm not healing, I'm not growing. If I'm not growing, I'm not living. But there was years that I had to, the only platform I had to share my healing journey on was with my friends and my family, and sometimes the wrong ones, but share it. And I'm not saying to share that to build a personal brand or a brand off of complaining and nagging about your story. It's not about that, right? We're not looking for people to feel sorry for us. Your goal here is to inspire people, to add value to their life, to tell them, look, you can do this. This too shall pass. Right? There are a million people with my story. Seriously, a million people with my story. I see you, Ashley. I see you, Bella. A million people with my story. Okay? But myself and those million women, we are all unique. All of us, we are unique. My pain was my pain. Her pain was her pain. I recently reached out to some of my Bellas in my community, and I asked them, I said, what do you think of when you think of me as a brand? What do you think of? And I would invite you guys to do the same thing. And about 7 or 9 of them said almost the exact same thing in different words. They said, fun, happy, passionate, real. Every single one of them said real. And then every single one of them said, they said about the same thing. You're passionate, you're fun, you're outgoing, your energy, your style, and your hair. Quite a few of them mentioned my hair, okay? Now, their answers had nothing to do with the work that I do, interestingly enough, right? None of their answers had anything to do with the work that I do. And the interesting part is I've created this life of happiness and realness and joy and peace and being my real authentic self after years of pain and suffering. I created this out of my story, my unique story. This is powerful. I want you to follow me here, okay? I started creating my personal brand long before I really understood that kind of language. Branding, personal brand, long before that. I wasn't cautious of it. I wasn't, aware that's what I was doing, but it's what I was doing. I was always careful with what I put out there, okay? Because I knew that, okay, Liz, you put this out there, you can't take it back, right? Especially social media. So you have to really know who you are and how you got to this place, right? So know who you are and how you got here today. Okay, so number 1, tap into your story. As you are building a personal brand, Liberty, I know you hear me, tap into your story. Okay? What is that story? My story is surviving emergency brain surgery and deciding, this is when I say my story, my aha moment. This was when I started everything that I'm doing. Now, there's a story there. I wrote a 400-page memoir. There's obviously a story prior to that. But my aha moment was surviving emergency brain surgery and deciding to take my life back. I decided to create this peace and happiness and freedom and love in my life because of that. I decided to start a business based on my story, but it was surviving emergency brain surgery that nearly took my life that created this aha moment for me. And I started to build a brand from that moment. I thought, you know what? I have something to say, and I have a lot of value that I can add to people's lives. And it took for me to survive that to wake up and realize that I had this beautiful gift to give the world. And I was lukewarm. I was confused. I didn't know what to do. I was hurting. My heart was just hard and cold and all this unforgiveness. And I was going through a divorce, and it was just, I was angry. I was angry at my father for my childhood. I was angry at my former husband, who I love dearly now, who is, my beautiful co-parent. I was angry. And it took for me to survive that to say, okay, I got one life to live. I got one shot at this. I got another shot, yeah, but what am I going to do from this point on? What do I want to tell the world? What do I want to do? What do I want to give the world? Who am I being in the world? I don't want to be that person I was prior to waking up from the surgery. And I promise you, there was nothing special about me or nothing more than the girl next door. Right? Yes, I have joy and peace and love and freedom in my life today, but God knows what I had to do, what I had to survive, what I had to overcome to get here. I wouldn't want this. I wouldn't want it for anyone. Hi, Susie. Oh, that's so beautiful. I celebrate you, Bella. Okay, so if you are thinking, well, Liz, maybe you're thinking, I don't have a painful story. Or, I had a pretty dope upbringing. My parents are pretty cool and, we didn't need for anything. And, right, what am I going to build a brand on? You don't need to be a victim of abuse or pain or suffering to build a brand. And this is what I want you to do. This is a little challenge I'm going to invite you to take on. I want you to sit down with a pen and paper, whether you are an entrepreneur right now, a business owner, new, curious, aspiring, okay? If you have not used your story and your gifts and your passion and those things that are hidden inside of you to do business, to be business, then maybe this will kind of inspire you to start. So I want you to sit down with a pen and paper, and I want you to write down some of the things that you have overcome as a child, as a teenager, maybe as a grown-up. What challenges have you faced? Perhaps it was a toxic relationship, maybe a heartache, losing a friend or a family member. Maybe you really struggled and suffered through menopause. What is it? What is that story? What is that thing that you have overcome? What was that challenge for you? What was a big problem in your life that you solved? Something you've moved past. And then think about what lights up your soul. And I can guarantee you that it is connected to something that you've overcome. It's connected to something from your past, something from your story. I can promise you that. Even if it's indirect, it may not be directly connected, right? The first thing that I did that was connected to kind of what I do now with youth is I became a foster parent. Maybe some people don't know that. For those of you who do know me, you know that, right? I fostered lots of teenage boys, my little babies, I call them. And that was when I discovered and realized that my girlfriend, Colleen Blake Miller, I love her. She was the first person to say, Liz, you have a special connection with these teenagers and you should really think about sharing your story more. I'd like to invite you to this organization that I work at. I work with teen moms and I want you to come and share your story. And it was the first time I shared my story like that. I was pregnant with Captain and I was writing my book. So it wasn't a coincidence. It was amazing how that happened. When she said, teen moms, I was like, oh my God, I would love to, because of what I survived as a teen mom. I wasn't just a teen mom. I was in an extremely abusive relationship, right? So she's like, come share. And that was it. I went and I shared and I was like, oh my God, not only do I love fostering teen boys, but I want to work with teen girls. And it came right back to my story. It came right back. I promise you that there are clues to building your personal brand all around you and inside of you. It's all there. Please believe that it is so much more than building or creating or designing a logo. So much more. Use your story because your story is unique to you, and tell it. Tell it through videos, tell it through quotes, tell it through your presence, through storytelling, tell it. Number 2, to building your brand is to focus on your strengths. Please do not focus on your weaknesses. Stop looking at your weaknesses. We all have them. I am not a tech person. I am not a admin kind of human resources person. I am a creator. I am an artist. That is my strength. And for so long, for too many years, I was running and doing business on my own, afraid to let people in, afraid to say, to hire people. And I couldn't grow. I wasn't able to grow. You can only do so much on your own. And that's because I was focused on my weaknesses. I kept thinking about what I can't do. And all I would do was, work on my strengths, but I was focused on my weaknesses. Well, I'm not growing because of my weakness. I'm not growing because I can't do that. I'm not growing because I'm not a numbers girl, an accounting, booking type girl, right? So do not focus on your weaknesses. Focus on your strengths. What do I mean by this? Okay. So for me, I know what my strengths are. I'm clear with what they are. And I'm also clear on what my weaknesses are. Okay. I'm going to keep this short because we're going to dive into this a bit next week with Danielle. So if your thing is video, okay, you love talking, you love being present on video, then that's one of your strengths. My strength is video for sure. I love videos. Okay. I love when I love the fact that you guys can see me speaking and hear me and feel me and kind of touch me in a way, even though we're virtual, right? If your thing is videos, record more videos. Okay. I did the whole blogging thing for years when I first started my business, when I first started my movement. Okay. And it was great. It served its purpose. I did it while I was, publishing my book, and I was promoting and pushing my book a lot. I was focused on blogging. And like I said, it served its purpose. But I'm over that. That season in my life is over. But if writing is your thing, share your message through writing content, be it guest posts, a column in a magazine, maybe your own blog. If it's, and if it's video, oh my gosh, you could be a guest on, with a certain podcast. You can do vlogging, YouTube videos like this, lives, right? So focus on your strengths, okay? You have to know what your strengths are so that you can focus more on that and stop thinking about what you don't have, right? I had this one lady say to me, well, I don't like my accent. I'm like, your accent is sexy. Like, I want to hear you talk all day, okay? She's Spanish. She has a strong, I think she's Dominican. She has a strong Dominican accent. That's why everybody loves Penelope Cruz and Salma Hayek. Like, hello, right? If you have an accent, work that accent, right? Don't try to speak like, well, I'm from Canada and I don't like, hello, boring. Not to say if you speak perfect English and you're extremely articulated and you're great with words, that's boring. But like, yes, it's boring if it's not you. It's boring if it's not you. Speak your language, because that is your strength. I have a slang when I speak. And that's because it's the language I speak. First of all, I'm Portuguese. So as you can see, I'm using my hands a lot. I'm Portuguese, right? And that's just, Susie said I'm dying over here. And it's the way I speak, okay? It's the way we're from. And not only am I Portuguese, but I'm from the islands. So we're a little rough on the edges, a little loud. But that's my language. That's how I speak. I don't try to turn it off when I do a YouTube live. I don't turn it off when I'm with my friends. I don't turn it off when I'm at church. It's just me. It goes with me everywhere I go. So focus on your strengths, right? Susie, I'm not going to repeat what she said over there. Right? So I want you to focus on your strengths, okay? Number 3, pay attention to what you're putting out there. Please, I am begging you. Because simply put, you cannot take it back. Don't share your relationship problems on social media. Don't be hateful. Don't curse out your neighbor on social media. Don't put people down. Do not attack people when you're at work, on or offline, by the way. This is on or offline. Do not post anything out of an emotional breakdown. Think twice before you post it. Think twice before you say it. Because once you say it, you can't take it back. Always think future. Always think about your future boss, your future husband, your future partner. Whether it's business or intimate, just think, period. Please think about what you are putting out there. Don't post naked pictures. Oh, by the way, I posted my first pic today in my booty shorts, but yeah, it's not a naked picture. But I'm doing this challenge and I felt so super pumped. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to post this right now. But you know what I mean, ladies? Just be tasteful. Okay? Be tasteful. Yes, love your body, and embrace your body. And if you're led to share a sexy pic in a bathing suit, yes, share it. Hell yeah. You are a beautiful woman. But just be tasteful and be mindful. And if you are questioning whether or not you should post it, if it's showing, it's provocative, no, don't post it. If you're mad at your boyfriend, don't start blasting your business and degrading him and putting him down on social media. If you've broken up with your best friend, don't start degrading her on social media. Please be careful of what you are putting out there. Thanks, Liberty. Thanks, Bella. I'm begging you. I am so cautious. Bellas and fellas, I am so cautious. Listen, I was talking to someone the other day and I said, don't think for a second things don't go down in my life. My life is not perfect, and nor do I want it to be perfect. How boring would that be? I had a recent breakup as well, but nobody knows. My closest friends, a couple of my friends know. My family knows. I don't talk about it. If I do, it's with my sister and one of my friends, I don't even discuss my personal stuff online because listen, I share so much of my life. I share so many pieces of my playground with the world. And there are just some things that I will forever want to keep private. Those things are for me. I cherish them. They're my things. I protect them. And they're just not things I want to blast to the world. So be mindful of what you are posting. Like I said, you don't have to be a business owner or an entrepreneur to have a brand. You have a brand right now. You are a person, meaning you have a personal brand. So just be super cautious. Susie's saying all about being in the moment with your true self, just like you're preaching right now. Thank you, beautiful Bella. Preach. I love this. Thanks, Ashley. Right? So I want you to just be careful. Your personal brand is what people feel when they see or meet you. I can't tell you how many times I was just out this Monday at a park with my son and his uncle and his kids and some other friends. And a young girl approached me and she was with some other young people, just a group of young kids walking through the park. It was actually near Woodbine Beach. And she looked at me and then she kept staring as she was walking towards where we were. And I was looking at her and I thought, oh my God, she's so pretty. She's so cute. And she's like, hi, Elizabeth. And I was like, hi. Hi. And she's like, oh, you don't remember me? And I'm like, no. She's like, oh, you came to my school and you were running a program at my school and I attended your sessions. And, I was like, oh my gosh. And then she started to talk about my book. She had read my book. And apparently she said she watches my Instagram posts every day. She logs onto all my stuff. And she just started talking about me as a person, as a woman, as a servant. in front of these people who I only knew a handful of people that were there. Captain's uncle, his kids, and one other person, his friend. I didn't know the rest of the people that were there. And I was just like, man, like, I can't tell you how many times that happens to me. It happens a lot. Whether it's someone that I've known on social media and have never met in person, and then I bump into them in person. Please, bellas and fellas, be mindful of what you're putting out there. Be mindful of who you're being. Be mindful of how you are treating people. Be mindful. You know, your brand is what people feel when they see and when they meet you. What do you want them to see? And more importantly, how do you want them to feel? And then when they walk away, how do you want them to think about you? And you can sit here and say, I don't care what people say. I don't care what people think about me. I'm sorry, but I do. I do. If I didn't, I would just be loose with my life, and I would curse, and I would be vulgar, and I can't even imagine the person I'd be if I didn't care. I don't care to a point where it affects my decision making, but I care. I care about my image and my reputation, and I care about my brand. So, how do you want people to think? How do you want them to feel? And how do you want them to think about you when they're interacting with you, whether on social media, on or offline? Now, next week, I will be interviewing my web and graphic designer, Danny, from Creative Lab, who will be diving deeper into this whole branding topic and really the fundamentals to building a kick ASS brand. Okay, and we'll be launching a challenge as well. So for those of you who are currently building, rebuilding a personal brand or a business brand, or you want to, you kind of want to tighten things up a bit. You want to be a bit more cautious of what you're putting out there, or you just want to learn about branding in general, just period. I would invite you to join us next week right here for Women Rock Wednesdays at 8:30, so for the same time. And we're also launching a challenge. So I'm really excited about that. For those of you who are interested in building something, whether it's a new brand or maybe revamping your brand, I'm definitely invite you to take, part in that challenge, because it's going to help you tremendously, right? And if you don't know by now, I know a couple of you are already in there, but if you don't know by now, the Sweet Spot Membership Club goes live tomorrow. And I still have space for a couple of more founding members. Now, as a founding member, you get in at an extremely discounted price. So as a founding member, you will get a lifetime fee of $13.99 a month. I know, I can't believe that. Like, I'm going to be coaching and doing masterclasses and trainings and serving you guys for $13.99 a month, but it's not even about the money. It's about the community that I am currently passionate and eager to build. So I'm inviting you as a founding member, if you are interested. Basically, the Sweet Spot, it is the ultimate membership club for new and aspiring female entrepreneurs who are daring to play big in the world, who want to live out their true purpose, create health, wealth, and success beyond all expectations. It's basically a one-stop platform for connections, inspiration, trainings, masterclasses, not only by myself, but industry experts, live Q&As. We're going to have challenges. You'll get workbooks, templates, and education to help you to turn your visions into reality and to build a successful business while having fun. All right, so it's definitely a space to vision, plan, and execute on your goals on purpose. And it's not just a membership club, it is a life-changing community. So if you want to join us, send me an email at coaching@elizabethcorreia.com, or you can just simply click this link and join. So let me see here. The Sweet Spot Club, baby. The Sweet Spot Club. If you click that link, you'll get more information. It's definitely broken down in detail what you will get entering the Sweet Spot and being a member in the Sweet Club. So I love you guys. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you so much for being here. Like I said, this was the very basics of building a personal brand. I am not a branding specialist, but I have learned a thing or two while building a brand of my own. And please don't forget that it's not just about a business brand. It's about your personal brand, which you already have. So, just do just check in to see, what am I putting out there? What's my message? And what do I want people to feel, think, and see me as? Delia. Hey, Bella. Thank you so much, guys. Seriously, you guys rock. You light up my world. Life would not be the same without you guys. Business and life would not be the same without you guys, right? So I want to thank you. Remember that you are the light of the world. And more than ever, the world needs you. Just get really super clear on who you want to be in this world, going into a new world, because the world will never be the world we knew it as. Never. That's never going to happen. We are entering into a new world. We're going to be doing things differently. Everything's going to be different. So, who do you want to show up as? What do you want to give? Who do you want to be? Who are you being currently in the world? So really think about that, I'm going to leave you with that. I love you guys. Stay beautiful. And remember that you are the salt of the earth and the light of the world. So get out there and shine your light. Love you guys. Ciao. Bye, Facebook. I love you.